Dark Shadows premiered on this day in 1966. The American Gothic soap opera gave teenagers a reason to run home after school to watch Vampire, Barnabas Collins, along with werewolves, ghosts, zombies, witches, and warlocks. Are you ready to embrace the darkness and snuggle with the supernatural? The world's most famous vampire soap opera offers inspiration for today's reading based on the intense allure of a vampire's kiss. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fabulous day. So are you ready for this vampire adventure? A vampire kiss reading for today's daily reading. I thought I would do something fun. So let's see what happens. I chose, just so that you are aware where I'm coming from, I chose a random spread from this book. 365 tarot spreads. It's supposed to be like a calendar, and it has for June 27th up here. And I went to that and I saw this and I'm like, oh yeah. So let's see what the vampires have for us today. This is a vampire oracle as well. Okay, let's get a card for us. What do we have? Discipline. Okay. We have a little message of discipline here. Training, consistency, practice. And I'm hearing, well, now the key word consistency is like screaming in my ear here. Okay. Number 34 reduces to a 7, which with the 7, it corresponds to the Chariot in the major arcana. So driving forward, being focused, intense focus, great speed, and it brings success. So this is focusing your energies. This is about being disciplined and getting the job done. Okay, now let's get into our spread. Okay. You'll have to let me know how the audio is also, because I am using my earbuds as for the microphone and everything. I'm going to end up having to get a new iPhone at some point. Speaker, like the mic, is not working as well as it should. It works in some instances, other instances, it's kind of funny. Some people I talk to can hear me just fine. Other people, not so well. I don't know what it is. It's kind of wonky. Maybe it just needs cleaned out. I don't know. I might have to maybe just take my phone to an Apple store and find out why. Okay. It just might need cleaned out. It's not that old. It's a couple years old. It's a 13. It's an iPhone 13 Pro Max. So it's not like it's an 8 or something like that you would expect to have problems like that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, what should I give myself over to? Basically, this is the energy to embrace, and we have the Emperor. Given over to your own personal power. Being, again, disciplined. Being in control. Being in your power. Knowing thy power. Giving over to and taking on a leadership role. Leadership. Okay? being in charge. Maybe you need to be in charge of something or take some kind of leadership role there. What happens when I abandon rational thoughts? In other words, when your thoughts start going wild, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. What happens when your thoughts go crazy, when you're not focused? Ten of Swords. Defeat. Painful endings. And I'm seeing this as more of, it is a betrayal card, but more of betrayal of yourself. And I get a similar vibe to the part of the layers of the Seven of Swords. Sometimes I call the Seven of Swords the shoot yourself in the foot card. This is kind of the same type of energy. You're being called to step into your power and take control of something. And when you don't, when you let your thoughts wander, when you start panicking and you give over to negative energy, then you're sabotaging yourself. It is defeat, self-defeat. And you can't really point the finger at anybody but yourself. And that is a very difficult pill to swallow. How do I embrace my darkness? This is your shadow side. How do you embrace it? Nine of Skulls. The skulls in this deck are the pentacles, the earth. You embrace it with strength, standing up, independence, being self-reliant and cultivating your own garden. In other words, no finger pointing when things go wrong. Only you can point the finger at yourself, and taking a very strong stance on and you creating your own world, your own abundance. Not relying on other people, because other people will let you down. Okay? And I don't know where I got this. Oh, this was supposed to be the middle card. It threw me off. Interesting. This card here is, who wants to kiss me? Ha! There is a reason why. The Prince of Grails. The Prince of Cups. This is the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, that's an invitation. That's the Prince of Cups might be somebody who you connect to on an emotional level. This is a Castronova, a very romantic person. But to me, the Knight of Cups sometimes can lack that maturity level. This is somebody who has some kind of romantic interest in you. Romantic gestures. And if that resonates, you probably know who this is, most likely. But could he be a secret admirer? Absolutely, he could be, for some of you. But there seems to be a romantic interest here. There is somebody looking. But, like I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket at this point. You still need to be self-reliant, independent. And sometimes we could get caught up in romantic partnerships and lose ourselves and set ourselves up for failure. I'm not saying every romantic partnership is like this, but I'm saying this for somebody. Does this Knight of Cups have potential to move into the King status? It's there. But I'm just feeling like one of the messages is don't lose yourself in daydreaming romantic fantasies. Okay? Got to be grounded. You got to kind of keep both feet on the ground. Don't get your head in the clouds. Don't let your thoughts go totally crazy over this night. Be rational. Okay? And this night is not meant to be your world, but more or less an enhancement to your world. That's what any relation should be. Should be an enhancement. Okay? How do I embrace the darkness? Okay, that's supposed to be here. That was the fourth one. I skipped this one. That's why this came out this way. I apologize. First time doing this spread. And you're my guinea pigs. I almost like this spread. I might put this actually in as a go-to spread. Anyhow, what thrives in the darkness? Five of Pentacles. So, here we go. What thrives in the darkness is that sense of abandonment, that sense of something being missing. That is darkness. Maybe you need to stand up and claim your independence. I get abandonment issues, severe abandonment issues, like somebody screwing you over at some point, maybe repetitively. And being that this energy thrives in the darkness, how you embrace this is through your independence, not relying on somebody else. That's why that message is coming through. Because the energy here, what's thriving in the darkness is abandonment or lack of, bad health, money, financial problems, whatever fits for you. And that stems from relying on others. And you have to take your power back with the Emperor and be in control of your own destiny and your own abundance. What's healthy is when you're in a relationship, you still maintain your individuality. Your identity does not become part of that person. If I'm making sense. Okay. And then number 6, what thrills me? So what gives you thrills? Ooh. 8 of Wands. Wow. Fast action. Adventure. Maybe even travel. A lot of communication. I mean, being very active. Going out on dates. Going to movies. Going to concerts. Enjoying life. But what thrills you is whoever I'm talking to, you're not somebody who is happy just sitting still, standing still. You have to be on the move. And being on the move, and I'm getting a very active social life. What increases immortality? In other words, longevity. This is the 10 of Wands. These are burdens. And, how does the 10 of Wands or 10 of Scepters, how does that extend longevity? Basically, not taking on too much responsibility. Not taking on energy that is not yours. I kind of want to go back to up here. It's like in order to feel accepted or be accepted, you being required to take on certain responsibilities, to do certain things, and basically a very uneven, like unbalanced energy. So, simply put, how do you extend longevity? Is not taking on problems and issues that are not yours, not taking on all the responsibility to keep a connection going, whether it's romantic or a friendship or even in a work environment, not allowing your boss to put more work on you than what you physically can handle, not stressing over the small things. That's how you reach immortality. And I read it as longevity. Nobody on earth is immortal, but it's just a phrasing because of the title of the spread. Okay. What lives forever? This is the Page of Wands. Life goes on. Life is an adventure. The characters may change, but enthusiasm, that sense of newness, that sense of adventure, that is something that can go on and on and on, that can live forever within you. Learning. We're always learning something and being passionate about our learning and what the journeys that we embark on. The Page of Wands also are messages, communication. And there's a level of creativity here. Creativity, creation. Thank you, Spirit. Creation lives on forever. And lastly, what actions do I need to take? In other words, what actions do you need to take at this time? The Hanged Man. This is very fitting. This is putting yourself upside down. Getting a fresh look at everything. Getting a new perspective on your relationships, who you're connecting to, on your career, on your life as a whole. Dissecting it. And, if you're in a room and you see you're standing there, you see things in one way. But if you hang yourself upside down, things look completely different. The ceiling becomes the ground. What if your ceiling above you was actually your floor? Okay. And you may see things differently. So I think the next step is, or what action you need to take at this time would be turning yourself upside down, getting a fresh look, looking at things differently, getting a new perspective. Because let's go back to our original card, our oracle card. Consistency and being focused. Training yourself to put yourself first. Yes, some people might say that is so selfish. But who else around you is going to put you first? Nobody. And this 10 of Wands is here for a reason. It wouldn't be here if it didn't have a message, if you weren't somebody taking on everybody else's responsibilities. It would not be here. And so it's like you need to shift your focus back to self. You need to cultivate your own garden, stand strong in your own independence. Because when you take on everybody else's responsibility and they're not doing their part, they enjoy the physicality of a connection or other aspects of a connection, but they don't give back as much as you put in, it creates an imbalance. And then you come into this 10 of Swords, that letdown, that sense of betrayal, things coming to a halt or an end. Where you can't move your heart space forward any longer in a certain direction. And that's where all those scattered thoughts come from. You need to pull yourself together. Step into that emperor energy and take control. Even if you have to command yourself to turn yourself upside down and look at things differently. A little bit of a longer daily reading for today, but this called to me. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope this makes sense. Comment below if it did. I love you all. And I will see you in your next reading. Love and light.